The North Queensland wet tropical forest is the largest remaining area of lowland tropical rainforest in Australia. Here, lush green rainforests stand next to white sandy beaches, and crystal clear streams flow to coral reefs. Many ferns and trees and animals are just as they were millions of years ago. These seeds grow into a flowering tree called Idiospermum australiense. When it first evolved here at Cape Tribulation 135 million years ago, Australia was still part of a mighty rainforest supercontinent called Gondwana land. And about 70 million years ago, this supercontinent split up and Africa, Madagascar and India drifted north, New Zealand moved to the east, leaving Australia, Antarctica and South America joined. About 60 million years ago, Australia split away and drifted northward through drier latitudes and a much cooler global climate. The eucalyptus, acacia and the other flora so unique to Australia evolved from these rainforests as they retreated to the wetter east coast. In this area, here at Cape Tribulation, the primary forests have remained much as they were then. So these seeds, which are found only in this tiny, wet area, are among the world's first flowering plants, virtually unchanged in 135 million years. Here we are in a living museum. 1,000 trees to the acre and ferns on all of them of every conceivable kind. Animals like the cassowary. This bird is a living relic of a time when Australia was covered with rainforest, and they have remained virtually unchanged since that time. These forests also contain 30% of the Australian marsupial species, 60% of our bat species, 29% of our frog species. They also contain 62% of Australia's butterfly species. There are even here 190 tree species that are so recently discovered that they have not yet been named. Rainforest, this cradle of evolution, contains half of the world's 10 million species of plants and animals. We humans also had our beginnings here in the forest. The forest is the primary source for all sorts of things that we use every day, whether it be the coffee or fruit juice that you have for breakfast, or pharmaceuticals like aspirin, quinine, or birth control pills, even industrial products like rubber and gums, resins, tannins and oils. We use one or another of these forest-derived ingredients each time we apply aftershave or lipstick, when we read a glossy magazine or mail a letter, listen to a record, use a squash ball, or put on our jogging shoes. Wow. Rainforests have a stabilising effect on climate and on soils. They also have a great ability to act as a sponge in retaining water. They are, in fact, ancient green machines that have developed into the most diverse and complex ecosystems on Earth.
All my childhood living in this area, I've explored up into the mountains and along the beaches and into the mangroves, and it's just really wonderful finding out about all these new plants and the birds and the seeds, and just it's really wonderful.
In the forest of bells and silver echoes, my spirit's caught dancing on a shining stream. Hallway of trees, damp with glistening laughter, shadow dancer in the leaves, the butterfly of dreams.
There's a peace, quietness, there's an inner tranquility which comes when I sit in a rainforest and I listen to the birds, I look at the trees, and it's just an aura. It takes possession of you.
On diamond blue feathers and wings of love, the bird of paradise waits above. Tapestry cocoon, she circled the moon, landed in the forest where I lay. I was hoping she might carry me away.
Rainforests throughout the world are disappearing at the rate of 15 million hectares a year. That's 22 hectares a minute. A football field every second. It's estimated that if the present rate of destruction continues, tropical forests will be gone within a single human lifetime. This would alter our climate, change the global ecosystem, and result in massive species extinction, damaging the very fabric of life. It is not surprising that scientists all over the world are alerting people to the catastrophic effect this loss will have for the Earth.
When we chop down a tropical forest, or in fact destroy any area of natural habitat, what we're basically doing is sawing off the limb that we're sitting on. We're attacking our very own life support systems. And one of the sad things in Australia is that she has already degraded her life support systems to the point where future generations of Australians are going to pay a very high price.
I believe our children and our grandchildren will look back upon the 1980s as the time when people allowed one of the most remarkable phenomena ever to appear on the face of the earth to disappear completely and so needlessly.
You see, the rainforests are the only large ecosystems in the world which still in parts of the continents are really near to nature or even natural, are not very much influenced by man. And man should not go on with destruction of all natural ecosystems on the earth. So we should conserve as much as possible of the complexes of tropical rainforest.
Nations have two choices: to carry on as they are and face by the turn of the century an environmental catastrophe which will witness devastation as complete, as irreversible as any nuclear holocaust, or to begin now in earnest a cooperative effort to use rationally and fairly the world's resources.
100 years ago in Australia, the forests appeared a vast, limitless frontier. The scrub, as it was called, was seen either as a never-ending resource or as a nuisance. And man, with his newfound technology and pioneering spirit, took to it with axe and flame. A farm wasn't considered improved till all the trees were cleared. Progress was measured in the number of factories, ever-expanding roads, railways and bridges opening up the wilderness. In this way, more than 3/4 of Australia's rainforest has been destroyed. And now, so little remains that it would all fit into a circle of a mere 70 kilometres radius.